Hello, yes, hi, good evening. This is Alex Koken calling in from Florida, and I want to welcome you all to our weekly team webinar. And tonight, I'm going to talk about something that I'm pretty much passionate, and it is about building online and how to help getting people trained online. And I know many of you have been watching the howtogetgoing.com site and seeing it develop over the last several months. And we now have something that basically is will be able to help a brand new associate from beginning to end on how to build their business online. Now, I do want to qualify that because obviously online is not the only way to build a business. There's many different ways of building the business, but they all follow the same basic pattern. And what I'm going to do today, I'm going to give you a tour of the website. Now, trying to see here if somebody could help me out and just let me know if they can hear me. I get one person that's unable to hear me and they're writing on their questions area. So if you could please confirm that you can hear me. Okay, perfect. Okay, excellent. Then thank you. Well, then let's continue. And by the way, any questions that you have, just go ahead and type them into your GoToWebinar control panel. It's at the top right of your screen, and I'll try to get to your questions as soon as I can. And if not, I will still answer them later on via email. So basically, what we have done with the How to Get Going site is I'm going to actually uh, give you a tour of the site. Let me actually make the screen a little bigger in here. Okay, so basically what you will be able to see at the How to Get Going site is the front page. We have an area which actually at the top gives us a rudimentary translation for Spanish speaking associates. So if you have a Spanish speaking associate and you don't speak Spanish all that well, or you cannot reach, for example, myself or George or any of our Spanish speaking members, you can still send them to the website and tell them to click on the Spanish flag. And once they click there, this goes through Google Translate and translates basically all levels of the website. This includes the PDFs, this includes the posts, and all of that. Let's set that back to English. And one area that's very, very powerful on this website, and let's go from top to bottom on the website, is going to be your search box. And if you know what you're looking for example, let's take right now everybody is into product B and telomeres. If you want to know anything that has been posted on the How to Get Going site about telomeres, just enter telomeres, click search, and you will be getting a whole bunch of posts to that effect. As a matter of fact, those of you who are not familiar with this report, this is a very effective report, and it's on ABC News Report. Just click on here, and this one gives you.
And now, eternal youth.
So all of that is right here on the BDP team site. Now, one thing actually is, if you want to return to the home page, besides clicking on the home menu item, you can also click on the BDP team logo. area, and it will take you to the front page. Now, the rest of the site obviously has the menus, and we'll go through these in just a minute. And then in this area here, we have our latest posts and the date that they were made. And then at the bottom, since we cannot, we make many posts, we cannot display them all on the front page. We have a scrolling area with all the latest posts. Actually, this goes back 200 posts, so that somebody can actually browse here, and if they see something of interest, simply click on it and it actually takes them to that particular area. Now, the other thing that's on the front page, we have a little picture area, and right now what we're using it is simply to illustrate that we are webinar oriented at this online training site. And what you can do here is you can actually see all the webinars that we have scheduled. And right now we're running 3 webinars. We're running the weekly team webinar, which is the one that you're watching, and this one is Mondays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and it is for associates only. Now, the second webinar that we're starting to run is what we call the BDP Opportunity Webinars, and this one is for prospects. And right now we have plans on running it 12 times daily. Here are the times: in the mornings at 2-hour intervals, in the evenings at 1-hour intervals. And finally, we have our BDP basic training webinars, which include not only the basic training, it also includes intermediate and advanced training. And those again run at those times. Now, when you click on one of these webinars, let's say the opportunity webinar, right now, and let me actually get the screen a little larger so you can see it. Right now we only have one webinar, a short 9-minute webinar running, and we're working on getting webinars that include all of the BDP leaders, and those should be coming soon. There will be individual webinars, there will be combination webinars, and the idea is to have several opportunity webinars for you to choose from, so that you can actually send your your prospects to the webinar that you think is adequate for them. So, since we're talking about new associates, let's start going through the menu here in order. And a brand new associate, all you have to do is basically tell them, go to the howtogetgoing.com site and click on New Associate in the menu. And here what we'll do is we will get them started with the New Associate Basic Training webinar. Currently we have a 7-minute webinar which is fast-paced, and it basically just goes through the essentials that we have here. And one of the things when your associate clicks on this, let me just, I hope the volume isn't too high. Let's see here. Okay, let's stop that there. Your new associate will see a little 1.5 minute promo of what they are about to see, and then all they have to do is select the date that they want to participate, and then the desired time. As you can see, we run them 12 times, for example, on Tuesday. If we check today, Monday, there shouldn't be 12 left. There's actually just going to be a few of them left. We only have 2 of them left right now. And what happens is that the computer takes your local time. As you can see here, we have 9:40 Eastern. And if you happen to go to through that link, you will see that it translates to your time zone. And then obviously all they have to do is enter the name and their email, register, and they will be getting email notifications for the webinars. And this holds true of all of our opportunity and training webinars. What's going to happen is they're going to get several emails. First, whoever registers gets a registration confirmation, and then depending how much time is left before the webinar starts, there's a 3-hour, a 1-hour, and a 15 minutes notification that the webinar is about to start. This is an email that actually has the link to the webinar. And then what happens after the webinar, 1 hour after, everybody gets a notification that the replay link is up at the moment. And 1 day later, there will be an email link to the replay again, but letting people know that within 48 hours, that replay link will no longer be valid. So let's basically just get back to our How to Get Going site. Now, during the webinar, and I recommend that everybody takes a look at these webinars. These are subject to change, but right now we have a working system. As a matter of fact, last week we had our first couple of new associates that came in completely through the system and have gone through the training on the system. And what happens after both the opportunity webinar and the training webinar, they get redirected to a page that has questions answered. And for example, the opportunity webinar takes prospects to a page that's very similar to this. They do have at the top a message thanking them for having viewed the webinar, but this is the questions that actually are right in place. As soon as they finish the webinar, they can see, get answers to how much money can I make with this business. If they click on this, they will be taken to the income statement from Isagenix earnings.com. Then if they want to, for example, view that telomere report that we had earlier, we link to our Upline's allinOneBusiness.net website and show the videos. If they want to get some more information about the comp plan, we have links to both downloadable PDFs and videos and webinars actually on the pay plan, and so on. And as a matter of fact, if they want to see any videos, they can actually go and see some of the online presentations, such as the Are You Toxic? This, of course, takes you also to isamovie.com. So all of that is your prospect will be able to see at the end of the webinar. Plus, they'll also get a prompt prompting them to actually contact you right after the webinar. Contact the person that sent you to this webinar. We have been pondering on whether we could do this in a fashion where everybody would get their own webinar registration page and so on, but we get into some technical problems right now. And for the moment, what we are doing is we are going to be redirecting several of the simple to remember names for the websites. For the first BDP opportunity webinar, we're using wishcometrue.com. So if you have a prospect right now that wants to experience, or you want to experience the system, just go to wishcometrue.com. And if you want to learn a little bit more about the flow of how this opportunity webinar goes, this is called the effortless system. And all it is, it's our the BDP 3-step system, but for online consumption. And we have a video here that basically explains how it how it all works and so on. And let me just quickly start it and stop it right here. And here you can see the flow. And all it is, it's the 3-step system, which is contacting, presenting, and following up. So that's it for our opportunity webinar part. The training webinar is very similar, and what happens is a new associate after the training webinar lands on this page. And on this particular page, actually, they again get like a thank you for attending the webinar at the top. But in essence, these are the questions that are answered at that point. And as you can see, there's several parts. I can tell you that one of the we have a new associate that's actually a doctor. He went through the training, and after the training, he didn't find the question that we needed. So basically, there's an area at the bottom where you can type in your email address and your question. And what he typed in was a question about what to do after completing the 9 or 30-day program. What are the maintenance options? He didn't actually use what are the maintenance options. He asked, what the maintenance protocol was. And we just simply have the answer right here. We explain about the 5 pillars of health, what they are, the Cleanse for Life, the Isoline Shake, Ionic Supreme, the Ageless Essentials, and Product B. And then we go through what could be considered minimum to ideal maintenance protocols. And it goes from just having one Isoline Shake or a cleanse daily to the whole daily pillars of health maintenance system with the Product B. We also include here a link to the step-by-step guides that are associated with the 5 pillars of health program. And then we also, let me just close this here, and we also have here a link to our price lists, which are, for the US, Canada, Australia. We have all of them listed here. This again comes from the allinonebusiness.net from our upline. And if you wanted to, you could actually download the product catalog as well. Now, that's a lengthy download, so it will take a little while. But basically, you can see here we have the whole catalog. If somebody wants, for any reason, to see all the products that are available and doesn't find the website attractive, or for whatever reason you want to use that catalog, simply just click on this particular link. And this can all be accomplished right here at the site. And if you guys have any questions that you'd like to ask and that you think are worthy of being on this page, just go to this particular page under questions, new associate questions, and you will be able to get that. If you want to find out where you can learn about the latest promotions, or you want to find out how to get started fast, it's all in here. Now, one of the items that we have been working on is a training PDF, and we have several groups of training PDFs. As a matter of fact, during last week's webinar with Leanne Jackson, she has a series of 17 documents that she recommends, and we're preparing a package on that will be posted under the resources and under the webinar area. But for now, we have this particular basic training PDF, and I'll just walk you through it. And as a matter of fact, what it does is it welcomes your brand new associates, congratulates them for the decision that they made, and it has here a list of documents that are quite important to have, starting with the new associate interview, and one of our trainings will deal with how to use that new associate interview in depth. We have a link to how Kathy Coover, Isagenix vice president and co-founder, actually uses it. And then we have several other lists in here. We have important numbers, your 30-second story, opening lines, what to say. And then we also, I want to remind everybody how important it is to always be compliant. And we have links to how to be compliant, and also links to a document on how to handle objections. Now, on the tour that's on the website, we have a more detailed explanation of this document, but briefly, we want to make sure that the new associate understands how network marketing works, understands also how to prepare for getting their business started, then understands what's involved in launching the business, and then finally what's involved in growing the business. And this document goes over that. In the understanding of business section, we have the basics of network marketing, which is what makes volume move through the organizations, and it is you need to use the products, share the products, show the business, and teach those that join you to do the same. We go over the concept of duplication, the power of two, the importance of having a system, and then we talk a little bit about our system and the importance of being consistent and persistent. Then, in the preparation phase, we want to make sure that you lay down the right foundation. You need to know what you want. The new associate interview, which is very important, you need to complete that with your sponsor. If you're new, if you have a brand new associate, you need to complete this with them and then review it with your upline, so that together everybody can work out the action plan for that new associate to make sure that they achieve their goals. And then we have basically on the after doing that, under the laying the foundation, we want to make sure that we teach people how to get their story right, and we have an appendix. Later on you'll be able to see the documents on how to develop your 30-second story, what story to borrow while they are being trained, and so on. And we also stress the importance of the names list and so on. Then, of course, we want everybody to learn the system, and we'll just go quickly over the system in a little while. And many of you know that I work only 5 minutes each hour, and here is exactly how it's done. It's in Appendix 4, which you'll see later on. Then finally, after you understand and are prepared, it's time to launch your business, and you need to get into money-making mode right away. So becoming a consultant is priority, getting on Autoship, ordering the tools from Sound Concepts, which is our official tool provider for Isagenix. And then, of course, we want to help you plan your grand opening. Now, home meetings are excellent ways of doing that. And for those of you that are working online, we can do the effortless system version of the 3 steps version, which allows you to actually start doing the business while you're training. And then, of course, we let new associates know about the ISA Body Challenge, and we provide a guide on how to make 3-way calls, because those are very important to do with your upline and with your sponsor. And then finally, in phase 4, we show people how to grow the business, how to stay in touch, take action, and follow up with team members and so on, and participate in all the events possible. The appendixes are basically an explanation of the power of 2, and it uses a very powerful explanation of how sponsoring your first 2 people in the morning and then duplicating that each hour can get to several thousand people in the evening. Now, we know that that's not possible, but it just illustrates the power of 2. And this is the most important part of our training. And and when I talk about training, remember, everybody has different methods. Some people might do the same thing and say it's done in 4 steps. Some people do the same thing, say it's done in 5 steps. But basically everybody does the same, which is they need to contact people, they need to present using the tools, and then they need to follow up. Miss any of these steps and there is no business. And again, since we're all different, everybody does things differently. You can contact people either by telephone, by email, by mail, postcards, face-to-face, referrals, business cards, etc. And apologize for the typo, we'll get that fixed soon. And presenting, again, the same thing. We have different websites, different numbers, and so on. And following up, same thing. Now, following up is very important to ask for help from somebody during your first few calls, somebody in your upline, preferably your sponsor, to help you and just show you that basically how to handle objections, how to answer questions, and so on. And very important, it's like none of us are walking encyclopedias. We need to know where to find the information, and at the howtogetgoing.com site you will be able to basically see these. Now, how to develop your story, we have links to several areas that you can learn about that, and we have Kathy Coover here shows us exactly what to say under different situations in this document in here. And then, of course, for brand new people, we have ways of simply using some of the existing tools. And let me just find this here. I lost my place, but there's a 30-second introduction speech which anybody can use that Kathy Coover prepared for all of us, which we recommend that people start using as soon as they start contacting their first prospects. We have the top of the hour prospecting with links to our memory jogger also, and top of the hour prospecting, just a quick, I apologize for all the movement on the screen, but basically the way it works is at the top of the hour, for 5 minutes, just take out your names list and try to contact people during those 5 minutes to invite them to go to one of our presentations. If you're using the Effortless system, you can invite them to go to wishcometrue.com to watch the webinars, the opportunity webinars. And then we have a little information on how to do a successful home meeting. We have our home presentation guide, which gives a wealth of information on how to do a home meeting, and it's a step-by-step presentation as well. And let's just return here to our document. And then finally, we have our action checklist of the minimum things that you need to do basically in order to start your business rolling. And this document is downloadable. It is updated basically all the time, and you can always go to the bottom of the How to Get Going page, and under the Essentials Guides section, you will be able to find a link, a direct link to the document. Now, while we're down here, just wanted to let you know that basically we have the links to the Isagenix newsroom, the IsaGeeks, and the Isagenix Health blogs as well. And if we have something very important, we'll put it in as a post at the top. And again, I do want to urge all of you, if you haven't done so, to join our BTP notifications list. This one will allow you to receive messages about upcoming webinars and about the conference calls and several important developments via your text messaging on the phone. It is a very effective way of communicating. So you can actually go down here at the bottom of each page on the right hand side, you can join that. And on most of the blog pages, you will have a right column on the website that actually allows you to again access the same essential guides that I showed you at the bottom of the page, plus recent posts, and you can select posts by category. If you want to find all the past webinars, just click there, select that, and you will see 20 webinars per page, and then you can simply go to the next page down here at the bottom. So there is a wealth of information in here. I know it's basically too much. We're already at the top of the hour, so again, I need to start cutting it short, and I'll be glad to take any questions you have. I do want to mention a couple of our resources in here. One of them is our $1 Billion Project social media group on Facebook, and you can access it directly from the How to Get Going page. And then we also have our calendar, and on our calendar, our team calendar, I just want to mention a couple of things, and let's just pick something that has an address. Actually, when you have an address for an event, if you click on that link, we link to our Google Maps. Just click on that particular icon and you can say directions to here, and wherever you're in, it will calculate. What I'll do is I'll just enter my zip code, and I'm in Fort Lauderdale in zip code 33323. I get directions, and I see that in order to attend that particular meeting, I have to travel about 2,500 miles, and it would take me a day and 17 hours. However, this is an extreme case, but it's very useful for a brand new associate to be able to navigate all these. And you can, of course, go month by month and see what's going on. Now, we also have all the helpful documents from the All-in-One Business .net website from our upline, Carol Taylor and Peter Ullman. And we have price lists. If you need the price list quick, this is a way to find it. We have the Weight Loss Hall of Fame stories. They're all also linked through here. We have the Isagenix official YouTube videos, and then we have a fantastic tool, which is a great prospecting tool, which some of you know as the iTools. And this one is a favorite of Leanne Jackson, and she is one of Isagenix millionaires. She's been using it since its inception, and this is from our provider, Sound Concepts, and you can just sign in. I think it's $9.90. I know it's under $10, so I don't know if it's $9.99, $9.95 a month, but it is a fantastic tool, and we will be having a webinar soon on how to use this tool in particular. And then one of my favorites, because it's free if you're on Autoship, and everybody needs to be on Autoship, is the myisagenix.com website. So this is a fantastic tool. As a matter of fact, we have on their resources right now, and this is something that we're working on right now. We have a great way of finding out what my Isagenix is as well. So, I appreciate your time, and just wanted to find out if there are any questions. I do see here one question, and this has to do with, let's go here to the front of the page, and you see we didn't go over these 3 columns here, but if you ever need to quickly get connected to one of the webinars or the calls or so, just click on the golden globes here. The one with the phone icon takes you to our notifications list, our link for the webinar, and a area where you can find out about the phone number for the call. Our leftmost golden globe gives you a tour of the website, similar to what I just did right now, and I'm working on editing that video, but basically a brand new person will be able to see. And it's basically what I did today. We'll have it edited so it looks actually better. And while we're down here, let me just make this a little larger. Every page and every post you are able to send to one of your associates via the Tell a Friend, either a mail or send it via Twitter, StumbleUpon, LinkedIn, or Facebook. So that's important. But getting back to the question that was originally asked, it's what is the password for getting into the money-making mode section of the website? And the password is, just write this down, it's how to get going. It's all lowercase and no spaces in between. So that's one of the ways to get to that area, and basically your prospect will be able to see a different way of the basic training webinar. So again, I want to thank all of you. I think this is absolutely fantastic tools that we are starting to get here. I believe that many of you are trying to build long distance. I do want to warn you, long distance is not the easiest thing in the world, but it can be very rewarding. That's the way that I have started building. And if you understand the odds and the numbers, and you understand that no is a very wonderful, wonderful word, you will be able to build a huge residual income if you're consistent and persistent and follow the advice of all the leaders. And again, keep in mind, everybody has a different way of building. What's important is that you follow the basics and that you do something that you're going to be comfortable, and understand that the more uncomfortable you become, the more money potential there is involved. So you do have to get out of your comfort zone and work that. So I look forward to seeing you soon, and don't forget, after reviewing our webinars the way they are right now, and we have several more being prepared. They're going to be coming your way, and they will include the BDP leaders and many of our certified coaches in the presentations. After those, that both prospects and new associates always end in the top 10 questions for prospects or in the new associates questions area. So if you see a question, if you think you have a question that would be worthwhile asking, just go to that area and enter it in here. We'll try to, put together something so that we can have it right there. Those of you that ask a question this way, the moment the answer is placed, you will get an email notification about that. Just a note of warning, I have just set up this system, and every time I edit that question, you'll be getting a email as well showing you the new edited answer. So even if I make a typo and correct it, you'll be getting that extra email. But I think we have a potential here to develop huge businesses, and combining this with what a lot of you are doing via Facebook, a lot of you are doing online, and a lot of the meetings that are all over the country for the BDP team and our leaders. I think it will be fantastic. So good night, everyone, and we'll see you then next week. Have a great day.